Right now, what's your close rate?
100.
Yeah, bro. It's because you're underpriced. When you have 30 clients, 40 clients,
Yeah.
you're screwed. Right now, you're spending 80% of your time doing what's going to result in 20% of the revenue. Imagine if instead of working like 12-hour day, what's 80% of that? You're working like 3 hours and making double the money. The only thing I'm doing is taking some sales calls and doing this high leverage coaching. That's it. I'm making money today. I did nothing, right?
Yeah, we woke up.
I made money.
You walked
every day.
outside and you're like, I already made 2K. And I was like, wait, how? You haven't done anything.
Yeah, I've made money every single day we've been here. If you have 24/7 access to you right now, then the only way to then build an upsell is to then start removing access from the people who already paid you, which they're not going to be happy about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just to start saying, oh, I'm removing access to you guys so that
then I can charge you for it.
yeah, so I can charge you more. All right, welcome in, River.
I'm glad to be here, bro.
Let's go.
It's a
Let's
long
go.
trip.
Yeah. We're gonna be scaling you today to, well, we'll decide that during the call. But basically today we're gonna be breaking down River's business, walking through literally everything: his ICP, his offer, content, the sales, the back end, all the stuff that you don't actually see from the outside, and walking through how we can change it all to really scale it forward. And then throughout the week, we're spending the week together. We're actually going to be implementing everything through. So you're only going to be seeing what we're going to be changing. You're not going to see us actually changing it. But just know that this is his second video that we've done, second client interview. So
I think it's our third.
really,
It's our third.
so we might even have like another one after this when we actually get into like 100K plus. So we'll do that then. But wonderful. So is that like warm enough? Yeah. Fire. So to get into it, River, we're just gonna walk through kind of what your business actually is. So who is your ICP currently before they end up working with you?
Yeah. Mostly like 20 to 25-year-old guys that like fitness. They go to the gym. They work out a lot, but they just don't know how to monetize it.
Okay. I just want to not. Okay. Fire. And then you're in the business consulting niche, where you help fitness coaches. You help people start fitness coaching.
Yeah.
Fire. Is this a person who is easy to target?
Yeah.
Do they have big pain points?
Yeah.
And do they have buying power?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay. Fire. We can walk into that as well. Let's do this, or we'll this. We'll come back to hit on that in a second. And how do you actually like help them? What do you help them do?
I help them build out their entire offer, because a lot of people don't even know what an offer is, and actually fix their content to the point where they're bringing in the right amount of people. Because with fitness coaching, like, the biggest thing is getting a lot of unqualified people. So helping them get qualified leads, fix their content, and that's like, I just help them lock in their entire process with a system.
Sure. It's like A to Z.
Like A to Z.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you help them do? What's the outcome?
Build a $10,000 to $20,000 a month online fitness coaching business.
Okay. 20 month fitness coaching biz. Fire. Okay. So what like strategies and stuff do you actually implement? Like, what are you giving them to help them kind of do the offer, the content, A to Z?
Yeah. So I do
in like a you don't need a crazy in depth, but just like in a basic way.
Yeah. I do 3 to 4 coaching calls a week.
Okay. One-on-one or group?
Group calls.
Okay.
And then they have access to me one-on-one through messages and DMs. And then I do one-on-one call a week.
Okay.
I give them a full dashboard from everything A to Z, with content setting, closing.
Okay. Dashboard. On this dashboard, is it like what are you actually going to be having them go through? Like, is it like how are they actually getting the information? Is it like written SOPs? Is it videos? Like, what is it?
Videos and written.
Okay. Modules. SOPs. All right. Fire. And then do you build out anything for them? Like, whether it be like dashboards built out for them ahead of time, or is it like
Yeah. It's just built out for them ahead of time, and then
Okay.
when I onboard, they have everything.
Okay. So you build out. Are you building out like their offer, or is it more so of like giving them the information, like more of the consulting side of that?
Yeah. Just giving
Okay.
the information and how to build their offer out on
Okay.
their own.
So built up templates, SOPs, modules are pre-done.
But I will go over it with them, like the offer and what to change.
Okay, fire. So you're building out like the content,
Strategy.
yeah, and sales infrastructure. Okay, fire. So with this, the first thing that I would say is like what exactly you do, right? It's like right now it's A to Z, right? And the only thing that you're gonna face, the problem that you're gonna face when doing A to Z is like if you're a generalist, it's gonna work for the beginners, but it's only gonna work for the beginners.
Yeah.
Because once you get past the generalist stage of helping people build to the 10 to 20K, once people get to 10 to 20K, they don't want generalist anymore. They're gonna want a specialist.
Yeah.
So that's where you have to determine like what about your process is different than other people's, and you're going to figure that out right now basically by taking these people to 10 to 20K, and while you're doing that, really keep note at what parts you I guess don't want to teach anymore, like what parts you don't care about. So for example, I started with the generalist as well, right? Helping people like before getting to like the 10 to 20K from scratch, right?
So you do with me.
Right. And as time goes on, now it's at the point where like I'm not teaching sales anymore whatsoever, like because I don't want people to have sales calls. And the thing is, now I'm a specialist in helping people build leverage in the business, right? Specialist in helping you hire team members out, change your fulfillment so that you're able to work on the business, always not in it. So you have to kind of determine like what are you actually going to do to change that. Now that's going to be kind of a future thing, but even right now, you want to take the top 20% of your clients, so the clients that are at the furthest level, and see what they're actually needing and start targeting them. Every time you start getting people to the next level, you want to then target them. So the easiest way that you can do this is like actually keep track. So let's do this. 20% of clients. And when you do keep track of these top 20% of clients, now you basically like rebuild the program for that, right? And you're not actually rebuilding the program, but what you're doing is you're taking what's going to take them to the next level, right? How they're talking now at this point, you're going to redirect that into your content. That's how you're going to constantly target a more sophisticated audience.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to charge more. You're going to be able to change it up. You're going to be able to get better fulfillment, right? Because like the more or the further along someone is, the more money they're going to have, the less questions they're going to have, right? It's going to be easier to scale, right? Taking you from like whatever point to whatever point now is going to be exponentially easier than taking you from 0 to like 20, 30K.
Yeah.
Right. And it still wasn't difficult, right? As you know, but like it's going to be even easier. So the goal should always be targeting the next person. So make sure you don't fall into the trap of feeling like you have to keep adding more to the program, which is the thing a lot of people do. But when you just keep adding more to the program, you just have more bottlenecks to fix, more things to look over. So figure out one like goal, like what is your thing that you're actually helping them do? For example, like getting more calls on the calendar. Like that's the goal. That will make them more money, right? Building leverage in the business. That will make them more money, but it's not A to Z, right?
Yeah.
So as soon as you can get out of the A to Z, do it. Okay. That's going to help a ton. Okay. And then for the actual system. So this is kind of like how you're actually delivering the stuff, 3 or 4 calls a week. Are you doing all of these calls right now?
I'm running 2 or 3.
Okay.
Depending on if the guys can make it or not to the third one.
Okay. Wait, and what's the 4th one coming from?
Pardon?
You have 3 or 4. Or is it like, do you have any other coaches running calls or just you?
No, it's just me.
Just you. Okay. Okay. And then one-on-one access. What does this look like? 24/7.
Yeah, 24/7 access to my phone number.
Okay.
And being able to message and DM me, and I usually run, like I say, one-on-one call a week, but it's usually more than that.
Oh, really? Okay. How many do you think it's usually?
I would say like 2 to 3 per person, but it's not like sitting down, like
Or-
super strategizing. It's literally just like talking about, like,
Yeah.
it's like what you have with the lounge.
Okay. What I would do with this is like the first thing is one-on-ones. The way that you want to do one-on-ones is like your time is going to be the most valuable thing because you can brute force your way from 0 to 10, 20, 30, 40K a month. But you can't brute force your way to 50 through like 50 to 100, right?
Yeah.
You just can't do it. So if you don't have your time where it's predictable, if you're randomly taking client calls, if you're like able to do this, what happens when you have 30 clients, 40 clients?
Yeah.
You're screwed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this would be a thing. I would instantly not remove. You don't need to remove the one-on-ones because you are working with absolute beginners, so they are going to need some, but have them at their only strategic times.
Okay.
In onboarding call, so this is what you can do. I would do it where you have an onboarding call, okay, where this is like on the sales call. You then onboard them, boom, they're all good. So that's like onboarding/sales. Let's do this. Onboarding/sales. After they actually get through the process where they have actually like looked through everything, and they have built out their actual like ICP, their offer, whatever. As soon as they're like a little further along, then you can hop on and you can do a strategy call, kind of like this. And then you can have a check-in call. You could do check-in call a few times throughout the program. But the thing that you want to rely on is like with fulfillment, this is going to be a thing in general, which we're going to cover. We're going to cover down below a little bit. But with fulfillment as a whole, the whole idea is to do whatever you can to make yourself the least important part.
Yeah.
You should not be selling like yourself or access to you whatsoever. Not with the smaller tiers. You can have a higher tier program. You can have like a double upsell.
Yeah.
That is like access to you. But the problem is that if you have 24/7 access to you right now, you can still have like the one-on-one messages and the one-on-one chat. But if you have 24/7 access to you right now, then the only way to then build an upsell is to then start removing access from the people who already paid you, which they're not going to be happy about. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just to start saying, oh, I'm removing access to you guys so that
I can charge you for it.
Yeah, so I can charge you more. Okay. So the first thing is like right now, change it. Say and put it in best interest of them, saying I'm revamping the whole thing. I know that right now we're doing like 2 to 3 one-on-ones a week with a lot of you guys. I'm going to be revamping the whole thing where there's going to be less one-on-one calls, but there's going to be less one-on-ones because you're not going to need them.
Yeah.
We're going to have strategic one-on-one calls throughout the whole program. That way you're able to get better results and I'm able to spend my time building a better program for all of you.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you always want to put it in the client's best interest. So that's what I would have. I would have like these 3, and you can have more than one check-in call, but that's what I do. I would completely remove the one-on-one weekly. That's just going to be way too many. 2 to 3 a person is absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd, bro. That just means that it's a lack of SOPs, a lack of fulfillment, where they have to rely on you, right? Okay. Fire. So you build out the dashboards for them, the modules, the SOPs. Modules, does it also cover everything A to Z?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I would do is right now, because you're having to rely on those, what you should do right now is take the last 10 to 20 calls you had and then put them into AI and have it tell you what are the top 10 most commonly asked questions. Because
Okay.
I'm betting you could tell me right now that they're asking the same questions every single time.
Yeah.
Right. So put into AI top 10 to 20 questions. And then you want to make video modules and SOPs for like an FAQ, like frequently asked questions section in the modules or in the like whatever you're talking to your clients in their dashboard, where whenever they have a question and they come to you, they ask you, you can be like, yeah, of course, there's already a fully built out video SOP on that exact thing. So now instead of spending your time spending 15, 30 an hour with 2 to 3 times a week with all of your clients, you can send them, say, this is the thing. Okay. Go watch that instead. And that's going to be one of the biggest things. Now you want to have this separate from the normal video modules because video modules are going to be in order. They should watch them in order throughout the whole thing. Yeah. This is going to be separate. It could be a section before all the video modules or a section in a separate spot where you can basically tell them that you're going to get your question answered better if you don't go to me first. right?
Yeah.
And position it to them where it's like, I don't want you to rely on me. I want you to be able to build your business where even after we're done working together, you can still scale, right? So start going here instead of going to me. And that's going to be good. And then right now, correct me if I'm wrong, but like you don't have any VA or CSM or anything like that. Okay.
Just hired a setter and a editor.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Okay. Yeah. So do this and then build an FAQ sheet with both videos and SOPs written out for them. And that alone, that's going to make it so you're having to spend way less time with your clients, especially when you change it and you're not doing A to Z anymore. This is where you're going to be able to focus on actually building out the program better. Your clients are going to get better results. You're going to be able to charge more. Overall, it's going to make it a lot better, right? That way, the business doesn't rely on you. Because like right now, what do you feel like would happen if you took off for like, if you didn't answer clients for a week?
They'd be cooked.
Yeah, bro. They probably quit, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. If I didn't answer clients for a week, nothing would happen.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing would happen. And nothing would happen because I'm not the main source of information. And the thing too is my clients are competent enough because I've showed them how, that even if they do ask me a question, by the time I answer it, they already figured it out anyways. They're oh, I realized I shouldn't have even asked this. I already figured it out.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the way that you should do it. And having a team behind you as well, which we'll go through as well, is like the most important thing. Because instead of coming to me when someone has a question on sales, on setting to go to Alexa, right? You don't have to go to me. And also having a competent team behind you will allow you, so not everything you do is one-to-one. Like right now, if you're hopping on a one-on-one call, like you need to be thinking about is this: every time you're hopping on a one-on-one call with a client, you're losing money because you're spending like hours doing activities that are just one-to-one. You're not getting anything out of it, right? And the clients aren't even getting anything out of it. You saw yesterday, I'm not going to name names, but like a client called and it was just, they're yapping it up for like 30 minutes, right? And I let you take the phone so that you could see what it's like. And you're wasting your time with that so much.
Yeah.
You're wasting your time, bro.
Yeah.
You need to be done with the one-on-ones.
Okay.
And one of the easiest ways to do it is like I said, put it in the best interest of the clients. Okay. Fire. So for how do you actually make money? Is it rev share? Is it upfront? Like
It's just upfront.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a 4K PIF, 6K payment plan.
Okay. And you only have one offer, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. 4K PIF, 6K payment plan. How long is it?
4 months.
Okay. And then they get everything covered, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We covered this above, so we can. Well, no, let's actually keep this. So, all above, all above, and all above. Okay. So what you need to do right now, or what you need to start thinking about, is your actual upsell. Okay. Upsells are going to be the name of the game, because if you're able to upsell your clients, you're able to increase the LTV of them, and that alone will double the business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So right now you have the 4K PIF, 6K payment plan. It's 4 months. What you can do is, if you still want people to be able to get first off, 4K PIF, 6K payment plan is so underpriced. Okay. Like, it's going to be super underpriced. I would instantly raise that, because if you're helping people make 10 to 20K a month, like, there's no reason that it's only 4K.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we'll go back to that. But the first thing is, like, you want to have a second offer. And the reason you want to have a second offer is because if you're trying to target more sophisticated people, the only way you can do that is by taking all the people that you have, 10 to 20K. And then once they get to that point, upselling them to higher. Because then when you upsell them, you're able to use that marketing, use that offer as the new standard in your content to start attracting people who are already at 10 to 20K. Okay. So what I would do for this is, for your first offer, you need to remove the one-on-ones. So I would do no one-on-ones. Or like the one-on-ones that we kind of talked about, right? And I would keep this where it is for now, probably still the A to Z,
Yeah.
right? But then you need to look through and need to determine, okay, what is all the stuff that they're not even using to get to 10 to 20K? Because like for me, it was like I realized that the people we have in are sophisticated enough. Nobody at all is even watching the sales modules. So why would I even have them?
Yeah.
Right? Just remove them. Because if you can have it where people are utilizing every single part of your offer, like you can remove the other part. Now I never have to worry about sales again.
Yeah.
And I can focus all of my time on not even think about that, just boom, improving the maybe content part of it, right? Improving like the fulfillment side of it.
Okay.
So that's what I would do. You got to make a list. Make note of everything your clients are and aren't using. Now make sure that like if they're not using it, it's not because they're lazy. Ask them like, is it not useful for you? And if they're like, no, it's just I don't need it, then remove it completely. And whatever they are using, then you want to double down on that.
Okay.
Because what's going to help someone go from 10 to 20K isn't the same that's going to help them go from 20 to 50, right? So when they get to that point of 50, it's going to be completely different stuff you need to focus on. That's what you can focus on in the upsell. So then what you can do is you can say, I'm going to solve this problem for you where you're going to get to the 10 to 20K, but now you're going to be brute forcing your way through it. You're going to have to change this, and this to actually get to 50. That's what my upsell is.
Yeah.
And when you get them to 50, then boom, eventually you can take people to like 100 or whatever, right? So upsells is going to be absolutely huge. I'm going to be adding an even higher upsell eventually.
Yeah.
Right?
And I'll probably buy it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I would do. Right now, obviously you don't have anyone yet or you don't have enough people yet where 100% you can. But you have to have it eventually, okay?
Yeah.
You have to have it eventually. And what I would do for this, you honestly could do it now, even where it's like the main offer, right? Where most people are going to be joining this is going to be 4K PIF, 6K payment plan, okay? And then you could have the second offer where instead it's 6 months. Oops. It could be 6 months, but the price could be like 8K PIF.
10K?
Or it could be like maybe like 7.5K PIF and then 10K payment plan, right? And then with this one, this is going to be the one where you're going to give them higher access. Okay. It's 2 months. It's 2 months extra. So that's just a little thing extra, but then you can help them solve the problems that they don't have before.
Yeah.
Right. So like right now, what are like the main things that your clients struggle with?
I feel like because I'm working with the type of people I'm working with, it's everything. It's like the setting, it's the content, it's the targeting, it's
okay. What is something that you have in your offer that they aren't yet even able to utilize?
I'm not too sure. I've never asked them.
Okay.
Maybe I need to figure that out.
Yeah. And you might like, it's very well you have it where you did proper market research where like you don't really have anything that they're not using right now.
I don't think so. Everything like I teach in the group calls, they apply and implement.
Okay. Then what you need to do is you need to lock in the fulfillment that you have so that you can take them to the next level so that they do have new problems that you need to solve.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's simply just going to be figuring out like the biggest things that they're dealing with at the moment, which is most likely going to be like if they're starting from absolute scratch, they probably like the offer is quick. It's probably going to be they suck at content.
Yep.
And they suck at sales.
Yep.
So you could focus on just that. Say we build your offer and it's content sales. Like content and sales is what you focus on. And
I was thinking that actually.
Yeah. Like just content and sales. And you don't focus on their fulfillment. You don't focus on any of that. Your thing is I help people make their first like however many sales. Like you don't focus on the fulfillment whatsoever. I would not focus on any of that side of things.
Yeah.
Don't even help them set up their trainer eyes or anything. Just I help people get their first like 10 to 20K a month. That's it. And you're helping them with that. But the second thing that you want to do is like what you have to understand, and I was going to talk about this, is that you shouldn't have a number and you should not set the outcome. The reason that you don't want to set the outcome is one, if you say in your content or you say in your offer that what you help people do is get to the first 10 to 20K a month, then it's not possible to get more sophisticated people.
Okay.
You're screwing yourself, right? So the better thing to do is to say, I help people consistently close like whatever, like 3 to 7K fitness deals.
Yeah.
Now, if it's someone who's beginner, consistently close could be, oh my gosh, I'm going to be closing a 7K fitness deal.
Yeah.
And for sophisticated people who are charging like 2K, 2.5, right? Because the average fitness coach charges like 1.5, right? They're going to say, oh my God, I'm going to 7X my business. So you're actually able to get those further people along.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So that's what I would do. And this is just the way you position it, how you help them do it. You could switch to like helping people consistently close like 3 to 7K deals.
Okay.
Right? Or you could even do like it could just be like 3 to 5K plus deals. And then completely remove like the number side of things. Right? Or it could be like consistently close 3 to 5K like fitness clients. Because then you're able to allow them to decide the actual outcome.
Yeah.
Because I don't say in my content, I don't say what I'm going to scale people to. I don't say any of that. What I do is I show what I've done and I show what I've done for my clients. That's it. Because then it leaves them to know what I can actually do. That's why we have people join who are like, I want to get to like 50K a month or 40. And then we have some people who are like, I want to get to 200.
Yeah.
And either way, I'm like, okay, well, we have all the information for you to do that.
Yeah.
Right. And so no matter what outcome they get, you can just deliver everything to actually help them get there because you know that you have the information available to help them close 3 to 5K clients.
Yeah.
Right. So whatever they do, that's up to them. Right. So that's what I would do. And that I would 100% focus, like you said, on just the actual content and sales side of things. Like build them out the offer, obviously, but that's the first part, right? As soon as they have an offer, the content and the sales and nothing else. Because you're not going to need to focus on the fulfillment. You're not going to need to focus on any of that other stuff because they're not even at the point where fulfillment matters yet, right? And that's the next thing, which is going to be, okay, once these people are doing consistent like 10, 20, 30K a month and they have so many clients, but their fulfillment is screwed where they're doing all of these one-on-one calls, right? All these one-on-one calls. Then, you upsell them. And then you help them solve the next problem. Okay. So that's what I do for the second offer. Second offer, it would be 7.5K PIF, 6K payment plan. And then first offer, I would just do like offer and then the content and sales. Okay. And then for the second offer, it's what they get and it's going to be fulfillment changes. And that's going to be the thing that allows them to then take on all of the new clients, allows them to charge more. And then you can even bump up the calls as well if you want. Okay. Where you actually do like, you could be like bi-weekly. Oh my Lord. Bro. But even bi-weekly is a lot for
one-on-ones.
For a 10K offer. Yeah.
Really?
You can do bi-weekly, not weekly, but don't let it go above that. Don't let it go above that. Like, don't be randomly answering your phone. Don't be anything like that. Like, your time is your most valuable asset now.
Yeah.
You're not brute forcing it anymore. Now you need to be strategic with what you're doing.
Okay.
Not doing a lot of inputs. Okay. And then third offer, I wouldn't worry about having a third offer yet. Okay. Do you know your average order value?
Yeah, it's usually like if for the 6K, it's usually 2K.
Yeah. Okay. We need to raise that then. So, why is that?
Because a lot of these guys are like working normal ass jobs and they're kind of broke. Okay.
So then that goes all up to your ICP. Okay. If it's like the buying power, I said we were going to hit on this, right?
Yeah.
So for buying power, do they have buying power? Is it like that they actually only have 2K?
Like, yeah, mostly.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Like, I probably could run credit, like 2K and then on credit.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're better off to just target the people who already have more money.
Yeah.
So what I would do with your ICP is like, you need to determine like, what is the commonality between all these people that's causing them to be broke? Is it because they're young? Is it because like, what do you think it is? Like, what have you seen that's common about these? That
young.
Young. Okay.
Yeah, like I have guys on there 17 and 18.
Okay. So then what you can do is you can like look at people who have the exact same desire, consistently closing 3 to 5K deals, but aren't young. Who's that going to be? Maybe people who are already personal trainers.
Yeah.
People who are already personal trainers are going to be older. They're going to already have money. They're going to already understand how to, like, they're going to already understand more of the sales side of things. What are you going to have to help them with? Only building and offering content.
Yeah.
Right?
That makes a lot. Yeah. That's a lot easier.
Yeah. So something where it's like, instead of guys who want to monetize fitness, it's so generalized. It would be easier to target personal trainers. They'd have bigger pain point because they're stuck working in a gym, working for someone else.
Yeah.
Right? They have more buying power. So I would change this where it is like, it's going to be like PTs who want to close 3 to 5K deals online. Right? So yeah, it's going to be easier to target them. You're not just targeting people in general. You could, because instead of it, I make this much money selling fitness stuff online. Who are you going to get? You're going to get people who go to the gym but have no idea about online business whatsoever.
Yeah.
No sales abilities, no anything. They probably don't even understand like what it means. PTs, they already know the business model. They're wanting to get out of it. So they're going to have more money, right? Personal trainers make enough money. The problem is that it's not going to be like, because they grind, bro, but they grind for the money. Now it's going to be, okay, you don't have to grind for it anymore. You're going to be able to be making the same money you are right now, still changing lives, but out on vacation. And instead of getting paid by the hour, you're getting paid 3 to 7K per client. Yeah. Right. Like, so it makes all of these better.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like way better.
Every single one. And then the buying power is going to go from, where did that go? You're going to go from 2K. Right. And if you change to PTs or people who are older, people who are more sophisticated, here, let's do this. Boom. DQ leads. Down. Change to PT is it's going to instantly bump up, most likely to like minimum like 4K. You know what I mean? Like minimum it's going to bump up. And then instead of getting 33%, you're getting 66% of it, right? Or you can piff them. You think they don't have 6K?
Yeah.
Like, come on. You could probably piff every.
So you think I should run 6 and 8?
Yeah, let's do this. Yeah. Yeah, because right now, what's your close rate?
100.
Yeah, bro. It's because you're underpriced, bro.
Yeah.
It's because people see how good the outcome really is. So they're willing to give you all the money they have, which is 2K.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what you should do is you should definitely bump this up. Like right now, do 6K PIF and then like 8K payment plan, right? Get rid of this here. And then for your second offer, you could honestly do 10K PIF, 12K payment plan.
Okay.
I think you could.
Yeah.
If you're charging people, they already have 5, 6K.
Yeah.
Why would they not join a program that's 12, right? So that's what I would do immediately. I would up that right away because then you're going to be upping this to like probably around 6. You know what I mean? Like you're going from teenagers that have nothing to people who already grind, who already make money. Like most PTs make decent money, right? I have people who I used to coach who were PTs, and they were the guys who almost put most money for it every single time. So that's what I would do. Okay. And now like this alone, increasing the LTV simply by changing your ICP, right? So you're targeting someone who actually has money. So now they do actually have buying power, right? That right there triples the business. Okay.
And that would same thing. I would be at 80. Like if I just ran that the whole time, I would be at just under 80.
Yeah, bro. And then if we go on and then you change this, so you are removing yourself, right? You're not doing all the one-on-ones. You're changing this. Now you have the 6K, 8K, right? So you're going to be increasing people. Like right there, you tripled. Now, if you have the upsell, let's say you upsell here. Let's actually do the math. So if you have, if you're getting an average order value of like 6, right? And then let's just put like a random, I'm just going to do 10 just so we can see like a number. If you upsold, let's say, if you upsold 10% of your clients even, so if you upsold even 1, you're going to be at what that like 10K PIF. That would instantly bring you to 70. So you're having, if let's say you only sign 10 clients a month.
Yeah.
If you have the other the upsell as well, which you should be upselling more than 10% of your clients, right? Or like around 10%, assuming you actually have good fulfillment. Then you're adding an additional minimum 10K a month to your offer just by having second one. But most likely you're going to be adding more, right? Most likely you're going to be adding a lot more than that. So right there, 3x minimum, right? Okay. And then how can we actually reduce one-on-one calls? We already talked about that. How can we involve your time less? This is going to be a big thing. And then are you selling the outcome or selling yourself? We kind of talked about that too. You cannot be selling in your lowest offer access to you.
Yeah.
Like at all, because there's no way to scale. But now, how can you involve your time less? The biggest thing is going to be a team. Okay. A team will be the thing that takes someone from like the low 5 figures to 6-figure, multi-6-figure months. Like that will be the thing. You've literally seen it. Yeah. We're sitting here on vacation and I'm like, I'm making money today. I did nothing, right?
Yeah, we woke up.
Made money.
You walked outside and you're like, oh, I already made 2K. And I was like, wait, how? You haven't done anything.
Yeah, I've made money every single day we've been here. And I haven't even taken a sales call. Like, I've made money every single day we've been here, bro. I haven't taken a sales call. We're tracking like 200K this month already. And I haven't even taken one, bro. And that's because like I'm not the one editing content. I'm not even the one making content. I record a group call. I'm recording this interview. My creative director, editor, they're going to cut it up. They're going to determine what should look good. They're going to make the content for me by slapping B-roll over it. I'm not the one booking my calls. I'm barely the one taking my calls at this point. Yeah. The only thing I'm doing is taking some sales calls and doing this.
Yeah.
High leverage coaching.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's because I have a team behind me where I have someone who handles everything, right? I'm not booking appointments. I'm barely answering clients. I'm not even the one doing like reviewing their conversations or anything like that.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what it's going to be. Right. So the 3 team members that you need to have right now, we already hired you just this week, right? In the last 2 days, we hired you the setter, which we're actually going to be getting a new one, right? The editor. And then the next one is going to be a VA. Okay. A VA/CSM. You can kind of determine which one you kind of want. But why are these good? Okay. Not just any editor, but not just any editor, but a setter. Oh my Lord, but a dialed setter. The reason you want a dialed setter is because a dialed editor is because if you have a proper team, they're managed the proper way. You've seen it. My setter doesn't just set conversations. He's actively doing market research, right? He's watching every single YouTube video. He's showing up to every single call I've ever done. He's talking to my clients, reviewing their conversations to see how fitness coaches talk, see how coaches talk as a whole.
Yeah.
So now he knows more than any other setter out there because he's constantly every single day doing it. He's messaging me every single day, like saying, hey, we have this person. I think they can do this, and this, right? He doesn't even have to follow a framework anymore because we got him so dialed in where he knows how I talk better than I know. We'll literally be talking and it's like, oh, I think we should say this. And he's like, oh, I thought that you would say this. And I'm like, well, I have said that before and it actually worked. Like that's what you need, but that comes down to hiring them out. So what we're doing for you, obviously, we're going to be sourcing the setters. Most likely we're going to be getting you, the new one. That's actually going to be really good within the next few days from Nicola, which is going to be super fire. Pre-trained, right? I'm going to show you actually how to manage them. We're going to have Alexa manage them as well. So they're actually going to be good.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's going to be the first thing is getting you a new setter. New setter immediately. It's going to have you booking more calls. Do you know how many calls you're booking like right now? I mean, you just changed your offer, so probably not a ton.
I'm booking, I would say 1 to 2 a day.
Okay. And if you're booking 1 to 2 a day, like getting a setter on is going to double that.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to double that immediately.
Yeah, I don't spend very long in the DMs.
Yeah. So that's going to be the first one, right? The setter. The setter is going to be huge. Editor is going to be really big too, especially now because you're trying to target more sophisticated audience. The best way to do that is by actually positioning yourself as an authority in content. So if you have a competent editor, he's going to be able to take your clips like mine are and clip long form, right? This is what our process looks like, bro. We'll take any Fathom recording, right? So we'll take any sort of our Fathoms. Let's pop this open. I want to show you. right? We take one, right? Like a team call or something. We can take this team call. We can put it into, well, one, I can put it into Claude and basically tell it to take any clips out. Boom, it clips it out. Then also my editor, creative director can clip it up as well. So we have like a call right here. It's going to be clipped. But then also you can have your team go through and clip up all of your videos. Like this, this was clipped up like completely for me. Boom. Now we can take all these. We can either slap B-roll over these, or now I have infinite content ideas because it's straight from a video. Again, another video. This is clipped for me. Instead of having to sit and ideate content like you were having to do earlier today, right? Like imagine if the ideas were given to you because it's things that you said before, but you said it in your flow state.
Yeah.
So now all you have to do is either just tell your editor slap B-roll over all of those, or just re-record it in your own words, and now you have a new video, right? But that's going to be huge. And that's why you need a ton of B-roll, right? You need to have like a ton of different stuff, desk setups and all the stuff working and stuff like that. So definitely get your editor, make sure that you're using Frame, okay? And record a ton of this stuff, because then you're not involved, right? You're not involved in any of the content. You're recording content.
Okay.
You're not planning it, or you're not editing. You're not wasting all your time. Because like right now, like what percentage of your time before you had a team, like, because we just hired them on, what percentage of your time do you feel like you're spending like doing DMs and doing editing versus actually like working on the and
Majority.
being on one-on-one calls?
Majority, like probably, I don't know, 70% of my time, 65% of my time.
Yeah, probably 80%.
Yeah, more. I mean, you seen it, like that call last night lasted an hour and a bit.
Yeah. So like right now, this is how can you reduce your one-on-ones? Or just how can you actually involve your time less? Right now, you're spending like 80% of your time doing what's going to result in 20% of the revenue, or 20% of the process. When in reality, you should be working on the 20% of things that's going to give you 80%. You're working on opposite. You have it backwards.
Yeah.
You could be spending 80% less time working if you had team members. You could be spending 80% less time working, focus on only building a better product and managing your team, and make 80% more money.
Yeah.
Imagine if instead of working like a 12-hour day, what's 80% of that? You're working like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And making double the money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and now imagine if you worked the same amount. That's what it's going to be like, right? And that's why making those changes where you're able to focus on building a better program so you can actually charge more. You're not having to book your own calls. You're not having to actually do this. But it's not just having them, but making sure you have a competent editor. And then the last thing is going to be an actual VA and CSM. All of these random one-on-one calls that you're hopping on, it's because you're the only source of information they have. They don't have proper video modules. They don't have proper SOPs. If they did, they wouldn't have to come to you.
Yeah.
So you have to determine like what's actually missing with this, and what way do your clients learn best? Is it with like client calls? Is it with video modules where you're breaking it down with a My Report, right? You have to figure out what they actually learn best with, and then double down on that, because everyone learns differently. So that means you also have to have different ways that they can learn.
Yeah.
It can't just be, you can't, like right now you're compensating for the lack of information with one-on-ones.
Yeah.
And obviously it's working, but it's only working because you don't yet have 50 clients. You're going to have 50 clients eventually, right? So doing that now. And then what a VA, a CSM will do, right? This is basically going to have it where like any of the tasks that can be done by a different human being, they will do. So any of the tasks, this can be building anything out. This could be sending your clients anything that they need, answering questions, all of that. So now when a client has a question, they message, right? And instead of messaging you when you're one-on-one, you should have them message you on Discord, because then your VA, your other team members can see it too. And then instead of you having to answer a question, your VA or your CSM can go in and say, okay, this is the question. Let me look at the FAQ questions that you already made pre-videos for and send them that. So now you're completely like, you're not even involved in the coaching anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
All you have to do is 3 calls a week, 4 calls a week. And even that, if you have a competent team, your CSM can do some of the calls instead.
Yeah.
Right? I don't even do all my group calls anymore. Right? I do like 3 a week. All I do for fulfillment is 3 calls a week now.
Yeah.
Right? That's it. And the reason that I am doing those 3 calls a week isn't just because I need them, but it's because that way I can leverage them into content. No action I do that isn't backed by leverage. There's not a single thing, right?
Yeah.
Like this interview right here is being turned into content.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? And that's what it is. Like every time you catch yourself doing something that isn't going to actively move the business forward 3 to 6 months from now, you should not be doing it. Genuinely.
Okay.
You shouldn't do it at all. If you're on a call with a client and it's not actively going to push the business forward, do not call that client. Okay? Do not call that client. Because you're going to move it forward better if instead of answering the question on the call, you're taking the question that they asked you, you're building out an SOP, and that will change the business 3 to 6 months in the future if you do that with every single client question.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, imagine if instead of the last call, even while you've been here, you've already taken a ton.
Yeah.
And they're long. Like they're not 15 minutes, bro. They're long. They're long because people yap. They just talk. They have stupid questions. They're like, oh, he's on the call already. I might as well just talk about this or that or the next thing, right? I might as well just talk about it. Don't let that happen, okay?
Okay.
Where are you finding them right now? It's Instagram, right?
Yeah.
What percentage are you spending your time on Instagram versus YouTube?
100%.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, you should be swapping that.
Yeah.
Like you should be not 100% on YouTube, but what you should be doing is focusing on YouTube majority because one, you want to target a more sophisticated audience. So what you should be doing is like we talked about, you should be spending, I'd say like 75 to 80% of your effort, let's say 80, like 80% of your effort on YouTube, 20% of short form. Like 80% of my short form content is from a YouTube clip.
Yeah.
Or long form. 80% of it. And 20% is just random ones that I want to pop in there. And that allows me to spend like, I don't spend time recording at all. Like actual A-rolls. I spend my time recording B-roll content, which is scalable because I'm using that in every single video. And I spend my time doing calls, which is scalable, right? And that's what you need to do. And that's how you need to think about it. Genuinely. Like, is this video you're posting going to push the business forward? Right? Like, you have to think about it at that point. So that's the one thing. Focus on YouTube, right? Like, you need to focus on YouTube more. 100%. Like, 100%. I have 3 YouTube videos being recorded today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so, like, thinking, how can I turn this into a video? How can I turn this into what I need? That's going to be huge. The month literally just started. So for these, I already kind of know those. So the problem, what do you feel like right now your like biggest problem is?
Probably being able to, like, just not having a crazy wall of proof. So not being able to attract like the more sophisticated.
Okay. So like lack of sophisticated prospects.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or not even sophisticated, just prospects with money. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting a lot of guys that don't have money.
Yeah. And that's because you're targeting in general. So that'll be fixed. So for bottlenecks, it's going to be like the DQ leads, right? Which is going to be the way that we're fixing this is going to be changing ICP to like PTs or people who already do it.
Yeah.
Right. Which is going to be easier to target actually. That's going to instantly increase the AOV and LTV of the clients. Okay. The other thing that we talked about for bottlenecks is going to be the actual, like the one-on-ones, bro. The one-on-ones is terrible. Okay. So fix, you're going to remove one-on-ones, right? Not remove them entirely, but remove them.
Just have the
like
3 calls that are.
Yeah. Have the 3 calls and then replace with FAQ and like better fulfillment. Okay.
So probably update modules and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Redo them entirely.
Okay.
Like if they aren't using them, if they still have to rely on you, they don't have enough things. And then the other thing that you're going to do that is you need to redo like the community. Okay. You should not be the person that they go to for information. They should go to each other.
Yeah.
We have people in the community. Anthony, a few days ago, was literally running a coaching call in the community.
Yeah.
He was running a coaching call and showing people and breaking down their offer, telling them how to improve it. Like you need to build a community where you do not sell yourself, which is what you're doing. You need to sell the actual community. People don't join my community because they want to be with me. They join the community because they know that they're going to finally have a business they don't have to spend a ton of time in, right? And they're going to be surrounded by other people that are going to help them scale, not just me.
Yeah.
Right. And I talk about that in my content. I'm like, you're not joining for me. We have people. You're going to be around those people. And on a sales call, I'm not selling them. I'm like, you're not getting like, we don't do all these one-on-ones. We don't do this, but you don't need them.
Yeah.
And that's what you need to be doing. Okay. So redo community expectations. Okay. The other thing is going to be, you need to make a second offer. Okay.
Okay.
And also like let's just do this with your offer. It's going to be upping the price.
Yeah. And then pitching that second offer, like to certain people, you would pitch it on a sales call after you set them, right? How do I know when to pitch the second offer instead of the first offer?
It depends on their problems. Like for me, I have the 2 offers, right? We're the one, the base, and then the second where we actually like hire, onboard, everything like that. It kind of depends on like what situation they're actually in. Okay, so yeah, the upsell and the offer is going to be a huge thing, right?
Yeah,
that's going to be huge. And then let's see, what else was the thing, bro? The team. Okay, you need to make sure not just that you have a team, but that you are doing A+, like A players. Okay, so this means like hiring them directly from me, and making sure that you're doing everything that we tell you management wise. Okay. So what you want to do when you actually have a team is 3 calls a week. Okay.
Yeah.
And on these have 30 minutes. Also, by the way, I would bump all of your calls down to 30 minutes. Other than group calls, every single call you take should be 30.
Okay.
Not more than that. Not an hour. You don't need it more than an hour. Because at that point, it's like you feel like you say stuff just to make it an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So 30 calls. And what you want to do on this is, the reason that you want to do group calls and not one-on-one is because you can call out in public. So when your team members aren't doing proper, call them out. Like in the video, or not in the video, in the call, you need to call them out.
Yeah.
Okay. That's going to be the big thing. This is going to make it so they're not going to want to fail, not because of them, but for the other people.
Yeah,
and you can explain to them, like, you not editing these videos is causing, or we aren't not able to post them, which caused the setter to not have leads, which caused the business to not make money.
Yeah.
For the setter, it's you not booking calls makes it so we don't have any leads, which makes it so then we're having to like focus on all this stuff, which makes it so you can't post content so the editor doesn't have stuff to edit.
Yeah.
Every single thing everyone is doing is all for everyone else.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what your team members have to understand. So that's going to be a big thing. Okay. Like you have to be ready to shift from being someone who had to brute force their way through it, or you have to change the way you think now. Like I'm sure just staying here for a week with me, we're only 2 days in, and I'm sure you can already see how I run my business.
Yeah, it's crazy different than the way I run mine.
Yeah.
It's
so different. I forgot that you had to do DMs. You remember? Like,
that's so good.
And you're like, I haven't done DMs today, and I'm like, you have to do those. Like, no, but like seriously, like before we got you on the setter, but that's gonna be huge. Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of the biggest differences you can do. Now, the biggest thing is gonna be how you actually look at business. You need to be looking at business, and every single second of the day, you need to be thinking, how can I create leverage in the thing that I'm doing? Like every business owner should be asking themselves every single day, how can I create leverage in the task at hand?
Yeah.
How can I create leverage in what I'm doing? Because if what you're doing is 1-to-1, if every sales call you take, you can only get 1 close. If every video you post, you can only get 1 video out, then you're screwing yourself in the long run, because you can't compete with me, who can record 1 video like this, clip it up into 5 short forms, put B-roll over the entire thing, because I spend my time recording B-roll and you're spending your time recording A-roll.
Yeah.
So now it's not competible. It's not even comparable. And if you are then having to spend your time doing this, your time doing that, if you're answering clients, that's just taking time away from you making money. And the way that you can actually do this is by like, let's go back to that actual calculator. Let's say like 50K a month, right? If you're making 50K a month and you're working, like, how long do you think you're working?
Probably 8 hours.
Okay, so divide by boom, divide by boom. So that's a day you have to make, and then divide by 8 hours. So you're making $200 an hour. Okay.
Yeah.
If someone's at 50K a month working 8 hours, they're making $200 an hour. That means if you can hire someone to do something for less than $200 an hour, you have to.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you will lose money.
Yeah.
So then this is like on the flip side, if you're making like 100, right? I'll put in like, if you're making like 100K a month, just to keep it super easy, divide by 30 per month. So this is per day. And then you're working, I don't know, like, I'd say I work like 4 hours a day. That'd be like just under 1,000 hours. So if I can hire someone for 800 an hour, right, then I have to, because if I don't, I'm losing money, and I make more than 100 a month.
Yeah.
But like if it was evened out, right? So it would be closer to that 1,000 mark. So if I can hire someone for $1,000 an hour, like 1,000 an hour, bro. If I can hire someone to do that, then I have to, because I will lose $1,000 by doing it myself.
Okay.
That's how you have to be thinking of business.
Yeah.
You actually have to be thinking of it more as a legitimate business. Would the owner of Apple be selling their own product? Would they be making their own content?
No.
Right. They would not at all. They'd be saying, how can I remove myself from everything? So all I have to do is sit on my yacht and manage people around.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you have to think about it now.
Yeah.
That's how you have to think about it. And
I just need to get a yacht.
Yeah, and you're sitting here like you see how today alone I've made thousands of dollars doing nothing.
Got what, 4K today? And
yeah,
it's like
and it's literally still
12 p.m.
Yeah, it's still morning, bro. And that's no sales calls, no anything, just because of my business. I have a competent business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how you actually have to start looking at it, and that's how you have to start running it. Okay. So these are the changes. We're going to be implementing them this week. Okay. So the next 6 days, next 7 days. And then if you come to Miami too, 2 weeks, bro, 2 weeks, we're going to implement this whole thing. We'll change your business, but we're going to take you like these changes alone. If you actually implement them, you're not going to have to spend the time in the business. You're going to be charging people that actually have money.
Yeah.
Not only are you going to be charging them, you're going to be charging them more and then being able to upsell them as well. Right. And you're going to be able to focus your time on team management. Yeah. So everything you do is going to have an infinite outcome rather than the one-to-one. Why would you not scale to 100K plus?
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
Right. So these are going to be the biggest changes for you. And then like, what do you think your goals are, man? Like in the next 6 months, what is your goal? Like both, like how much you want to be making and like impact wise, like what is your goal for the business? First, let's start with like money. Like what do you want to be making like cash collected a month?
In the next 6 months, I think that at the rate I'm scaling, I scaled from 0 to basically 40K in 4 months. So why wouldn't I would say 100.
Yeah, 100K a month. So yeah. 100K a month in the next 6 months. And what is your goal, like impact-wise, business-wise? What do you want to be known for? What do you want to be?
What is yours?
Like what I want to be known for, or business-wise?
Yeah. Well, I just don't really know what you mean.
Yeah, I want to be known like as the guy to help you create leverage in your business. Like if any coach out there is wanting to scale to the 6-figure months or wants to not have what they're doing be one-to-one, but know that every single action they do actually has infinite output.
Yeah.
Like they come to me. Okay. And if they want to look at their business from a new viewpoint, they want to actually understand like how to run a business, not just a glorified side hustle, then they come to me.
Yeah.
Right. And I want to do that. I'm not in it for the money. I'm not in it for this. I want people to be able to build a fulfillment or like a sustainable business, right? Where it's fulfilling, where they can fund their family's life while they can do all of this stuff. But at the same time, they're not having to spend all the time in it, and they're making a ton of money at the same time.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Yeah.
That's the impact I want to make.
I think my goal would be like definitely helping personal trainers get like, because we've just switched my offer, definitely helping personal trainers like get out of the kind of grind mindset. Like, to where they're putting all of their time into making money when they could be using like their knowledge and their skills to make more. And like you said, like helping them live a fulfilling life and like fund their family, fund their lifestyle, all of their loved ones, everything like that. And I think that's important to me because that's what I want to do as well.
Mm-hmm. I love it, man. Well, then that's what we'll make happen. All right. Do you have anything else that you really want to jump through and cover in this, or do you want to you feel like this is helpful? What you need to get to 100K?
Oh yeah. Even when we turned the camera off, I was saying like, this has changed my mindset. Even being in Florida for like, so I'm from Vancouver Island, and you guys probably don't know where that is, but it's near Vancouver, and it's the coldest, like it's gray, depressing. It's like being here.
Yeah. Look at this route. Look at this route.
Yeah. Literally. It's just changed my mindset so much to the point where it's like, getting into this, I almost was in the thought process like this isn't possible for me. Like I'm not there yet. I'm not ready. And now changing my thought process, it's like after going through even just the first half of this, we didn't go through the second half. It's like there's actual systems that I can implement that 100% guarantee
You make
that
more, yeah.
I'm gonna make more, just because I'm like
Just logically
thinking
you think.
smarter, not harder.
Yeah. Yeah.
So no, I feel good. I'm happy we ran through this because it's actually made a huge change, and we still have another
6 days, bro.
well 6 or like 12 if we
Yeah.
go to Miami.
Yeah, bro. Think about too, like the amount of connections.
Yeah.
Like just that, like not even just that you made so far, but possible. You might be coming out to Miami and meeting with all the other people who also help fitness coaches
Literally,
scale and like
literally.
everything like that. So that would be insane. That'll be insane.
I know. I'm so hyped. Like,
so hopefully you're
even-
able to. Hopefully you're able to. I mean, you'll definitely be able to come out stay with me.
Yeah.
But we can see if we maybe can have you meet everyone, meet all the
That'd be
people in all
so
different programs and stuff like that. Then you'll be known.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be like huge too. Like the thing is with programs, you're not just joining a program for the information, like,
Yeah.
and you're not even joining it just for the implementation of it, bro. The connections you can make, the
Yeah.
connections I've made joining programs, bro. You know it's crazy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I know,
Connections you make is actually like unheard of.
Yeah, and like even in the program that you're in recently, like all of the people in there know you now because you like helped coach a
Yeah,
call or whatever. And
exactly.
It's like
Yeah, you got to take control. Like
Yeah.
you got to take control. Every program, and you have to completely take control of it. You need to become the MVP. You need to become the person who runs the program, like who's like directing kind of what it needs to be, who's actually making a community, because it's your job in the community to make it a community.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's like what they say in school, where they're like, oh, we need all of you to work together to do this, but nobody does it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like nobody does it. And then there's like the movies where everyone actually does it, and then it's crazy. Like that's how it is, bro.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
nobody will. So that's why if you're in a community, especially if you're not in a huge one, or no matter what. I mean, I took a huge community, and I'm like trying to turn it around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Already great community, an already amazing community, and every single mentorship I join, it's always the exact same thing where everyone knows me, right? I'm helping everyone, and I'm not expecting anything in return from it, because I know that just me willing to help everyone in it, like, will always help me in the long run.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing, man. All right. Well, this is our plan. This is how we're going to take you to 100K a month.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's sit down for an interview and walk through what it's been like so far. Get into 40K.
Let's do
All
it.
right. It's fire.